Hey, how you guys doing? This is producer for Brothers Comics. Still at Comic-Con Revolution in West Palm Beach. Kind of walking around the floor, and I met this gentleman right here. His name is Jeff Carroll. Jeff, how you doing, man?
Very good. I'm excited to meet Brothers Comics because I'm a brother that's into comics and sci-fi.
Excellent, man. So you were talking to me a little bit about your books, but I want to kind of back it up a little bit before that. Kind of what got you into sci-fi? And I always ask black creators this too. What was it like kind of growing up being into comics and sci-fi and being black? Because that's always a different story for a lot of kind of black nerds.
Well, you know, I never accepted the terminology as nerd. It was kind of, you were different for a while. And me and my crew, we're from the suburbs. So I'm from a place called Teaneck, New Jersey. We used to skateboard, used to BMX ride, and I used to DJ. Right. And all of that worked because I'm an early hip-hopper from New Jersey. Right. So our graffiti writing and all of that connected to sci-fi. And as you see, you see a lot of hip-hop comic books, see the hip-hop connection. So I never felt myself as an outsider, as a lot of people are saying, like, blurs, they're so outside the lines. I was right in line. We were in line with the breakdancing. We were in line with the Kung Fu movies. I was in line with Jaws, Road Warrior, Star Trek. We was all Star Wars. We was in line with all of that. But now I definitely understand in terms of it being something outside. But as an early hip hopper, I had Zulu Nation. Their first record was Planet Rock. You can't get more black sci-fi than Planet Rock. So there you have it.
Okay, excellent. And so, what was the first thing that you got into in terms of writing, or like what was the first thing you really got into?
Well, I became a liar, right? I call myself a liar even if I write books. They're fiction. That means they never happened. So I'm a liar. I became a liar when I used to go to 42nd Street and watch movies and come back and tell people the movie. And I even exaggerated, I changed things around, and it was that energy of being able to engage people, almost like an urban guru, Ryan Clark, the one that wrote Black Panther, directed Black Panther. He talks about going to Africa and realizing the things that he did in America were already African. Well, me and my friends used to tell these stories of the movies that we saw on 42nd Street to a circle of our friends, and that was African. We were griots. So I just took that ability to tell stories that I've seen into stories that I created in my own mind and try to engage people. And in my books, I engage you for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, however long it takes you to read it. And that was it. I started telling people Road Warriors, one of the first stories that I remember telling people. They didn't see it. I was like, oh my God, Road Warrior was hot, son. You need to see it. Most of my friends had stopped seeing Beastmaster. And I was like, but Road Warrior is better than Beastmaster. They both came out at the same year, same month, and engaging people with that. Now I have my own Road Warrior story set in the post-apocalypse.
Okay. So talk about what was your first book? What was the first book you came
Well, my first book was a novelization. Let me pull it. My second movie, Gold Digger Killer, actually did so well that when the company that released it filed for bankruptcy, I decided to write it into a novel because I had already written a series, and I was like, the only way people will get the second part of it is if I write it into a novel. My man Troy, speaking of he's a supporter. So yeah, that's what happened, and I wrote it into a novel. It's right here, and it became a real good opportunity for me to take my ideas beyond my budget. As a filmmaker, you're limited to what you can shoot. And when I wrote it into a book, not only did the story have to be longer, but I wasn't limited to what I could shoot. So now I could throw somebody off a building, I could blow a building up, I can have an incredibly long car chase, and that was liberating.
Take me through the process of pitching that.
Well, I wake up in the morning and I say, oh shoot, I'd like to do it. And I go that afternoon and I do it. Basically because I'm an independent filmmaker. I don't have to pitch it to anybody. I make my stories myself and I make them. Now, how do I pitch them to consumers? How do I pitch them to distributors? Now, my third movie, I actually decided to take on an investor. And so I had a screenplay. I sent them the copy of the screenplay. I tell them my ideas. I come up with the tagline. I come up with the concept. Heck, I become a griot. I could tell you the whole story, but you still would want to see it. and that will help you contribute to making it happen. That would help you become an investor, because now not only do you think you want to see it, you'll say, that idea is hot. Jeff, you're going to be rich. I want to invest because I want to be rich with you. That's all it is. And then I say, you know what, dude? My ideas are so hot. I'm going to give you the opportunity to become rich with me. Now I go to the what is this? The motivational speaker, Tony Robbins. You know, what is his name? Les Brown. I go to the Les Brown level and I say, no, you're not doing me an opportunity. I'm giving you an opportunity, because this is $1 million check. I'm going to give you the opportunity to make money with me, because we already know this is going to make money. So if you want to do something good, provide for your family, become a film producer, you invest in my film and we'll make money together. So I flip it and take it to the next level. But that's the level of belief in your project that you have to have. People aren't giving you an opportunity, you're giving them an opportunity.
Tell me about a couple of the other books.
Well, this is Rashida the Zombie Killer. This was a story that I kind of thought of at the same time. About 20 years ago, now I'm not going to date it that much, I'll say 18 years ago, I thought of a bunch of film titles. Rashida the Zombie Killer, Gold Digger Killer, Holler If I Kill You. It happened on Negro Mountain. And I thought of all these titles at the same time. And I started making them into movies and screenplays, and got to Gold Digger Killer, and that stopped my film career for a moment, and I had to write them into books. And Rashida the Zombie Killer is sort of a challenge. I always call myself a black sci-fi writer, a sci-fi writer, an urban sci-fi writer, and in this other title, a hip-hop sci-fi writer came around, and people said, well, do you have breakdancers? Do you have DJs? Do you have rappers in your story? I was like, no, stop being stereotypical. But then I looked at it as a challenge. So when Rashida the Zombie Killer came around, those ideas and that challenge played in my head. So I came up with a story of a recently discovered African artifact called the Heteru Shahid, which means divine meditator, that can realign your DNA and cure Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, ADHD, all these neurotic disease, lupus, all these diseases that relate to our nervous system. But played the wrong way, the Heteru Shahid can corrupt your DNA and turn you into a rage person or a zombie. And so in this story, a bitter hip-hop rapper that, you know, we always clown these rappers. We like, in the 90s and the 80s, if you was trying to rap something positive, you was like a bootleg KRS-One or a bootleg Chuck D, we clowned you. And a lot of my friends never was successful, but they wanted to say something positive. They were corny, but they was like, you know, the black man is the god, and we used to clown him. So I made that person a villain. And in this book, he gets a hold of Heteru Shahid and turns it into a weapon of revenge. So he comes up with this record called the Death Jam. Ironically, not Def Jam, the Death Jam. And when the Death Jam is played, it turns all the listeners into angry zombies, rage zombies. So it's up to Rashida the Zombie Killer, or Rashida and her crew, to stop them releasing this record. And in the book, you'll see whether they're fully successful or not.
What's the process of making your hero a black woman?
Well, I did that probably the best in my other book, and we'll roll through pitches. Welcome to Boss Lady's Planet. Boss Lady is the quintessential woman featured in urban books. Boss Lady, she usually has a hair salon, she usually has a nail parlor, or if she's upgraded, she might own her own strip club. And I got very tired of our limited thinking around these urban ideas and decided to expand them and take Boss Lady to outer space. So I gave my Boss Lady her own planet, okay? And in that process, I took the Boss Lady mentality and understood that she's a taking-nothing, no-nonsense, in-control woman. And that's the woman that I use to govern my planet. And then I said, okay, what's the story around it? So I built a story around it. And then this story, you remember the story of I, Robot with Will Smith? That's a very European story. They are scared of their creations because they don't have wholeness in mind when they create things, like Frankenstein, right? I, Robot is just Frankenstein with robots. And that's very European, okay? In the Afrocentric mindset, we are at one with all of our creations. So in this story, it's a wholeness mentality versus a westernized mentality. And in the westernized mentality, the robots don't necessarily seek revenge. It is the CEO of the robot company that tries to use the robots to impact a robotic coup d'etat, to take them over. And so we aren't necessarily scared of our creations. We're scared of the people that create it. And so that's Plantronics. And Boss Lady and her crew are resisting this robotic coup d'etat.
A couple more things real quick. You're an old school hip hop fan.
All day, baby, all day.
Two things. We're gonna make it two parts. My son is filming for us here, and he's on his 12. So we have this battle constantly about current hip hop and like old school hip hop.
Yes, yes.
What is your take on current hip hop?
Well, I'm a Gemini. Okay, let me just say that first. Okay, so I see, as a Gemini, we always see both sides of our argument, and that gets on all of my one-sided people's minds, gets on their minds. I say this, there was a rapper, I think it's Pusha T, right? And no disrespect to him, but I'm gonna give him respect. He came up with saying that we actually created another genre of hip hop, and that is the mumble rap, right? Or whatever the Migos and Young Thugs, right. So they have that. But before that, he came up with that. I used to tell my friends 5 years ago, the Black Eyed Peas were kicked out of hip hop by people saying they were commercial, but they were the #1 group in hip hop. So what happened was hip hop expanded beyond what people thought. I always said Black Eyed Peas were akin to Soul Sonic Force, Zulu Nation, and that is the birthplace of hip hop. So you have to accept that. We have expanded. Part of why mumble rap exists, trap music exists, is because we've said everything. You know, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac said everything, so it was really hard for them to say something new, or really hard for the rappers that were similar in the lines of 16 bars, right? Which is what definitively separates mumble rap from what we call hip hop. They said everything. So the only other thing was to come up with a different way to say it. And that became mumble rap, and that became, or whatever we call Migos, because they're saying things with their stories. We just don't like the way they're saying it because we can't understand it. But it is hip hop.
That is 16.
Yeah, you know. So I'm not an antagonist of them. I welcome them, and I do challenge them to bring all of that suicide theme stuff. They got to lose that, you know, because black people, we kill ourselves. We don't go shoot up a school. We'll shoot ourselves and our friends, and that's a form of suicide. So we got to stop thinking, you know, push me to the ledge, all my friends. No, stop that. All right.
All right, last one.
Yes.
You see Black Panther?
What? I went to see it my second time last night.
Right.
I spent all night dreaming I was in Wakanda. So yes, I think it's beautiful. Troy and I, we have a panel today. You're welcome to tape it. I'm a live stream it, tape it, edit segments of it. But I like, it is what I write. Black Panther, Wakanda is Thug Angel. My book, Thug Angel, this one here, he has a dilemma very much like Wakanda. He's an immortal. He's a gargoyle that protects humans from immortal predators. So vampires, werewolves, and demons, he fights. But human conflict, he can't. Very much like the theology of Wakanda, where they kind of didn't interfere in what was going on in the world. Whether we agree with it or not, that's what they decided to do. And I think that conversation for black people is going to push us to a conversation with our African brothers and sisters that is long overdue. Kwame Nkrumah, all of our Pan-African Africans They are cheering for us to have this conversation. Marcus Garvey is looking forward to the Killmongers and the Black Panthers sitting down at the table to talk, because we need to have it. And we're having it on Facebook. I have a bunch of African friends from the continent. They're excited about my movie. They're excited about our books. And I'm excited about what they're doing in Nollywood, what they're doing in South African film. Let's go.
All right. Hey man, where can they find you to be able to get the stuff?
Well, I'm on the internet. I have an Amazon page, so if you go to Jeff Carroll on Amazon or Google any of my titles, Welcome to Boss Ladies, Planet, Thug, Angel, Rashida the Zombie Killer, or any of the other ones that I didn't get to mention, Amazon is the best place to find me. I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, so hit me up.
All right, under Jeff Carroll?
Yeah, Jeff Carroll.
All right, thank you man, I really appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I know I talk fast, but all of my northerners, y'all will appreciate it. The southern people, well, it is what it is. You know, I'm from New Jersey, New York area. All right, so thank you. Please check me out. If you do read a book, write a review.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, Wakanda for life.
Peace.